Good morning. Well, I was up this morning studying and praying, and the Lord spoke to me and was giving me some revelation out of my book that I wrote called The Truth That I Know Concerning the Jezebel Spirit. And I got to one chapter, and it was called Divination. The Lord spoke to me and told me, He said, you need to be talking about what you know. He said, you do know what's going on at Trumpet and Zion. I said, okay. He said, you need to be talking about it. I said, yes, Lord. So we just had a crusade, and Apostle McCoy came and preached, and he ministered, and when he ministered, he said this.
You see, I know when folks stop sitting in certain places, they don't want to get too close to Bubba McCoy. People don't know this about Bubba McCoy. People don't, just see me minister to people. People think because I don't prophesy like I don't know, like I don't see.
Mind you, I'm the same way. Regardless if folk want to give me the props of a prophet or want to acknowledge that I am a prophet or an apostle or whatever the case may be, whatever people don't want to acknowledge, that's on them. I have nothing to do with that. My job is to do what God called me to do, fulfill my assignment, and go home when it's time to go home. And I'm going to be raptured up. I'm not going to be killed. Okay? So it's going to get that straight. This is what's going on at Trumpet. The Lord has told me that has been going on, and it's been going on recently, and Apostle McCoy confirmed it when he preached at a crusade. And please don't think that for 1 minute when Apostle McCoy started preaching faith that everything else is not going on no more. Okay? You're not getting away with what you're still doing that you don't want to let up on, you don't want to get delivered from. There's no change when y'all go down to the altar as he spoke.
If he can get you to the point where he can get you past feeling, get you to the point where your conscience gets sealed with a hot iron, no matter how a preacher preaches, it don't affect you no more. If it can get you to the point where you keep playing with God, and God just say, all right, I cut it off. I cut it off where you can't hear me no more. I cut it off where you can't see me no more. I'm going to give you this mind called a reprobate mind. And no matter how you hear the preacher preach, how you run to the altars, some of you run to the altars because it's the normal thing to do. But how many leave that altar changed? Stand on your feet and run if you have to.
We know this, so there's no need to hide and play games like I don't know what I'm talking about all of a sudden, or I'm just dumb as a bag of nothing, you know what I'm saying? This is what's going on at Trump. There's perversion. What do I mean when I say perversion? Well, the Lord has shown me that in the praise team, the women are sleeping around and fornicating in the praise team. He let me know that there are certain members that are into divination, witchcraft, on a daily basis, on a regular basis, says God. They are working black magic, working magic, and all sorts of various arts. There's homosexuals in the musician column. Some preachers in the pulpit, not pastor, but there's some preachers in the pulpit that's working some divination and sorcery as well, root work. They look normal. They come, they know how to function, they know how to articulate, but you can't let none of that fool you. Talking to people who don't go to Trump, or people who go to church but don't recognize what's going on behind the scenes. You feel me? There are people who are behind the scenes that do stuff they have no business doing at Trumpet and Zion. Excuse me, there's lesbianism going on in Trumpet and Zion. There's homosexuality going on at Trumpet and Zion. There's murder going on at Trumpet and Zion. Rituals, blood sacrifices going on at Trumpet and Zion. And all sorts of other things that's taking place. So I just wanted to, and there's paraphernalia there too. Not me. I quit smoking. I don't smoke no more. I don't deal with no alcohol, no drugs, no nothing. But there's a sprinkle of folk, maybe even at least one person that smokes weed at home, and they come to church like don't nobody see what they're doing. Now, I'm not picking at nobody, but this is what the Lord told me to do. Your job is to repent and get right. Like Apostle keep telling y'all over and over and over and over again. It ain't like you don't know that you got to repent for what you know you doing. If you know, if people are saying that I'm speaking curses or I'm speaking judgment on people for what they doing, that they know they doing, that they hiding and playing games with. If you're saying that I'm speaking judgment and I don't know how to stand in the gap for people, when I come to church, you know, when I be praying, a lot of times I be praying that God deliver y'all. I pray that God purify y'all. I pray that God anoint y'all. I pray that God get that evil out of y'all. It's every time I come to service, so the atmosphere can be pure, because whatever's in y'all is what's in the atmosphere. You feel me? So we're not going to play this game no more, because this show ain't in me. Okay? It's coming to a head, and it's going to stop one way or the other. Repent, stop playing.